Right, here we are, Aire and Calder canal again, and I thought last Sunday would be my last, but it's not, because I managed to get in a team for the Yorkshire Championships, National Championships. Everybody knows if it's got Yorkshire in it, it'll be the best, and so we're fishing that in that Alan Barnes's. He got the wrong date, he put Saturday on thing and it was Sunday, so one of the lads can't fish, so I'm filling in for him on here. Barnesford, whatever they call it, United, who I fished for last week. So, and I'm on here. There's 5 of us on here on Aire and Calder, and 5 on to New Junction. So I'm coming on here. So I thought I'd come again on Dave Armitage's Wednesday Opens and have a little sneaky look. And we're down Goal End, and as you can see the goal docks down there. Look, see if you can see them. If you remember when I was 622 and 624, I was further down there, just before that yellow sign. But they've re-pegged it now, so this is actually peg 27. And I actually thought I was on that one there, which is 28. And it narrows up there and it runs a bit. It's quite deep and it's not best peg for, especially what I do for bream. So I'm quite chuffed the fact I've come away from it a bit. It's a bit wider. And I do catch bream from here down. And I think you'll have to catch bream, I really do, because all skimmers, where I can see there's not many of them hand-size skimmers. You know the hand-size skimmers I've been catching, the other side of Rawcliffe, which is round that corner and about a mile up there. So they all seem to be other side. I don't know whether it's shallower or what, but so I think we've got to catch bream here. And it didn't fish right well into Feeder National, but anyway. So we'll be fishing for bream and see what happens. And I've just seen a big fish swirl there, I must admit, about 10 metres out, and there were some bubbles come up, so I don't know what that was. But anyway, so I'm going to feed me to, it's 30 metres across. I've put it on my sticks, and I'm going to fish about 26, because that's my 8 foot where I look for. But it's quite deep here, so I'm not going to fish as far out as now. I'm just going to clip it up at 10, and I'm just going to put a bit of bait in there like I've been doing, and hopefully get some bream in the last hour, like I have done down here. The time I've been down, I've always caught a couple of bream, so we'll see. But I'm actually changing the way I fish a bit today, and what I mean by that is because we're fishing the Feeder National and it's all been 50 centimetre hook length, it's got to hang below the feeder 50 centimetres. Even in the open I've been practicing that, so you get used to it, even though I could have in the open matches shallowed it off a bit. But in the open matches I've been practicing for feeders, so I wanted to know how to catch them. But because Sunday I can fish a shorter hook length if I want, I'm just going to fish normal today. So I've set 2 rigs up. I've set Marvellous 11 foot all rounds with 4,000 Marvellous reels, 020 Sublime line. But you can probably see I've set them up same. You can see where them feeders are, both 25 gram look. Weight forward feeders like that. You can see that they're both 25, because I don't like to fish light feeders, but you can see there's a difference between that one and that one. And the idea is that one's got a 200 centimetre 200 millimetre hook length on, and that's got a 300. So basically that's a longer one, so I've set 2 rods up, because if I start catching small fish I want to be on the short one. And there's times when I've been fishing where I've gone, I should be on a short one. I'm not learning anything, all I'm doing is catching fish, and I will learning for Pot National. When I'm on the bream I'll probably be on that long, the longer one, the 50 centimetre one, and when I'm catching smaller fish I'll be on that one, the 40, sorry, the 30. So that's where I've just set up, both with 16 hooks, so 11 Sublime line and 16 hook. So I've just changed my style a little bit, only in that. Everything else is the same. Use ounce tips in. I've pointed to my left because the flow goes on this bank goes to the right, so I like to put my tip into the flow as I've shown you before. And everything else is basically the same. It's supposed to be red hot today and it's raining. Can you believe it's raining? So you see casters, maggots, worms, the ground bait. That's been working really well, really chuffed with that. So yes, I'm quite happy really, and just keep trying. I don't know whether my mate's coming today, Mark, with drone, because they've shut the gate. I can't get to know if I can open it, so there might not be any drone footage. And strangely enough, he only lives on the other side of trees, so he might even send it up anyway, Mark. Honestly, he lives on the other side of them trees, you won't believe it. And I can't believe it's bloody raining. So it's basically, that's my feeding rod. you know what that is, an Extractor Pro. And that's about it really, so we'll see what happens. I'll be interested to see if I catch on that shorter upband today. I know if I'd have been to the other side of Rawcliffe, where there's them hand-size skimmers, it would have made a big difference. But like I said, I was practicing for a big match, so I never did it. So anyway, we'll see. So I'll let you know how I get on. So when it's not pulling, it tips like that, look. There's a slight bend in it down here, but when you're at the other end where it's wider, it's basically straight. But that's as straight as it goes. And so sometimes it's like that, and usually you catch when it's stood or a slight pull on it. You've got to remember it's 12 foot deep this, so there's obviously some kind of little pull. But when it's running, this happens. So when I talk about putting the tip into the flow, you can see why now. Look at my tip. Look how it's bent round. A minute ago that were straight. And you can see how much it's moving, and it moves that way towards the docks. So that's why I put it into the flow, a bit like a river. So at the moment it's almost like a river. That's why I don't have it really tight to the water. And you can see that, you know, a couple of minutes ago it was straight, it was flat. And that's what happens on here at New Junction. So why a lot of people don't like it is because it tows and moves. It moves about, and you just got to be patient. And that's why I use a 25 grammer, so it don't move. If you use like a 10 or a 15, that will have moved now. It will have moved away. So that's the main reason. I ain't done anything with that. 2 minutes ago that were perfectly straight, as you saw. Now one of the things that's happening now is you've seen it stood, you've seen it when it pulls to my right, which is towards goal, but now it's backing up. And if you look at the stuff now, if you look at my tape, you can see it's going to the left, what we call backing up. And I've always found, oh, little dink then. I've always found that when it backs up is not the best time. I always felt it's better when it goes the other way, when it backs up. I don't know if water comes underneath and it's filling up. I always find it's not the best. Yeah, you catch fish sometimes, but my experience is on our canal system, when it backs up, it's not the best. It's 2 hours gone, and I've had 2 skimmers, never had a bite for an hour. And then I got a pound skimmer, 2 ounce perch, a pound skimmer in 3 chucks, and I've had 1 liner since, or 1 proper line. I've had a couple of indications, but I feel like there's some fish there. But I'm waiting for it now to stop and then come to my right, which is running, and we might catch a few of them. But honestly, one of the things I've always thought is when it backs up like it is doing now, it's always worst time on our canal system. Don't know why, whether it's the filling up and there's more water coming in, it's colder, I don't know, but it's never been best time. Right, now what to go. I've had 14 skimmers, 9 of them like 12 ounce to a pound, and I've just had a 2 pound bream. So I reckon I've got 12 pound, we know what to go. But I feel like there's some bream there now. And see what happens. I've certainly got double figures anyway. So 14 skimmers, about 10 perch, and a bream. But I feel, and I'm catching them all like there now, really close. Put my finger there, like 10 metres. And it caught so many across. I had 4 or 5 early, but there were pounders. Look at that. There you go. I'm gonna get it in there. Right, that's the end. I've had a nice day, to be fair. I think I've got 18 skimmers, a 6 ounce perch and a bream, and 2 pounder bits. I've got 14 pound, 15 pound. That bite you just saw, that were a 12 ounce of that. But I've only had 3 skimmers since. But I won't get no sign. When I was catching it in that 4th hour, crikey, my tip were up and down like a yo-yo. And basically I've caught them there, like 10 metres on sticks, fed it at start, fished 25 across there somewhere. It's 30 metres, so that gives you some idea. just a nice depth, and I got 4 early pounders, and then I couldn't catch, and I put on my short line and I've caught them all there. Last off, I've plenty of bite up. What's up with you? So I've got a bit of stone, I think. I've got to weigh in now anyway, so I've got the scale. There's only 4 of us down here, so it won't take me long. I've had a lot of room, so that might have some, but I've had, you know, I've enjoyed it. I've probably got 9 sort of 12 ounce to a pound. I've got that bream, and then I've got like 9 others between 2 ounce and 6 ounce. So, and it's funny, over there I've not had one of them little skimmers, not one. Caught them all on this line, on my pole line, and I'm sure they were off bottom. So let you know how I get on. Right, just got back. My 18 skimmers and bream went 15-2. There were another 15-2 higher up, and we were joint second, me and him, and Alan's beat us again. Alan Gregor, that's twice his beat. He's beginning to annoy me really. I'm going to fall out with him. I thought he were alright, me, but he's had 16 pound 14, I think, of all perch and roach. He had a lovely net fish. I weighed him in, and he must have had 150, 180 fish. He's had a cracking day. Just caught him at 5 metres and just won't match again. So fair play to him. He's having a good run, he's Alan, at the moment. He's always been a good angler, but he's having a really good run. And his team, of course, the Southfield lads, won't feed a national at weekend, so he's having a right good time. Fair play to him. Weldon's a great bloke, so well done. But I've had 18 skimmers of bream, 2 pound of perch. Yeah, I feel like I've left a couple behind because I never had a bite for an hour, not an indication or anything. And I was like, oh crikey. And then I've started catching across, and then they've all finished up on this inside line. And I've had, like I say, I've had probably 8 or 9 pounders. I've had a 2 pounder. And then I've had quite a few small ones, and my tip were like that, were bouncing. They were I think you might have caught more on pole, to be fair, but we don't know because I didn't even have one set up. So there's one thing for sure though: the second division Nass is going to be a belter. It's going to be a really good one. So there's loads of fish down there. I've really enjoyed it. So second again, and then a little bit of Chinese, maybe a starter. And then I'm there on Sunday, Aire and Calder, last match on Yorkshire National Championships. But I'm sorry there's no drone footage. My mate couldn't get there today. My fault, because I've got there and then I've realised it's locked gate as what they call him. Anyways, he's locked it, so he couldn't get in, and he only lives the other side of the canal. And Dave Armitage, is locked gate, so he couldn't get down, and it was quite weird really, because he's texted me a couple of times, and then about an hour ago a drone come up to my left, and I thought it was him. I'm waving at it like a silly sod, like waving at it, thinking I'm here, and it wasn't him. So I don't know who it was. There's probably telling somebody or showing somebody there's a crazy old bloke on canal there waving like man. I don't know why. So I've had a nice day, and I've had, like I said, I've had some nice skimmers today. I've had some nice skimmers. Go on, show that. But there's millions of fish in it. I can't believe how many fish are in it. It's unbelievable. But why didn't we catch them last week? I don't know. It was quite weird when you look at the little videos that I put on today about when it's stirred and it backs up and then it runs. It moves all the time, and I reckon when it didn't fish so well, apparently at night before it run it off all day, and I think that had something to do with it. But I don't know. I don't know enough about it. All I know is there's lots and lots of fish, and I'm looking forward to National on Sunday now, and that's my last one. That'll be my last one on Canal this year, because we've got to Plodding next week on Freestyle World Championships. So I've enjoyed it today a little bit, apart from missing Mark. It'd been nice if Mark went back. We'd have had some great photos today. So he's been sat at home miserable, so he let Monk on with me. So anyway, sorry pal. Have a great night. I'm going to have a little Chinese.